Hey Gauge fans, this is Joe with another video, and I just wanted to give you an update on what's going on with my layout. Everything's going pretty good, pretty much on schedule. Everything's running. I'm slowly starting to get everything wired. The water tower is wired. I think I mentioned that before. The sawmill, the MTH sawmill that you can see, if I zoom in right there, that's all wired. The icing station is wired. I think the next couple of things I'm going to wire is, I'm going to make it a little bit easier on myself, is that animated dock right there, and just if you can see it right there in front of that little freight station there, that's the mail pickup. I'm trying to find a good spot for that, because I mentioned once before, the little mail pickup is one of my favorite accessories. I've got a train show this weekend, and I'm really looking forward to that. Don't know what I'm looking for. Well, I know I'm looking for a Lionel sawmill, as always, but you know, I'm not expecting it to find it, but I'm really looking forward to going. Okay, over here to the right, that's the Maiden Rescue. I think I showed you guys that one time. I've never really had that hooked up and running, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook that up using one of the MTH IR controllers. So when the train comes around, hits the IR controller, the Maiden will rescue. You know, I could probably show you real quick here, since we have some time here. Basically, you got the Mountie and I guess what you would call the victim. Just in a couple of these tracks here, these cars here rather. Basically, what happens is you push the little lady down and she lays on the track like that. The Mountie goes all the way back. No, he's supposed to anyway. And he goes back, and as the train comes around, it trips something inside. The lady goes up, and the Mountie's supposed to come over and rescue her. Looks like he's rescuing her, but as you can see, it's not working all that good. And yeah, you push the Mountie over, and as the train goes by, yeah, something like that. But I've never really had it hooked up, but I think I'm going to use an MTH IR controller somewhere on this line here to hook that up. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. Another thing I've done, real quick, if I move over here to the right of the layout, zoom out here. I want to zoom in over here to this part of the layout here. Now basically what I did here is I took a set of the Woodland Scenics inclines, and I kind of started on both curves, as the curve starts on each end here, on both sides, over there and over here. And I started an incline of about, I don't know, 1.5 inches. And I kind of cut it off. Then I glued it all down, and then I took pieces of styrofoam, cut them up, and with a styrofoam cutter. And I had this really cheapo styrofoam cutter that I bought off eBay. Basically, you put a couple of batteries in there. It heats up this wire here, and you can cut the styrofoam. I think I got this on eBay for like $5. You know. Anyway, and I covered it with the plaster cloth. I'm gonna texture it out, make it look like stone. I'm gonna add some vegetation all in through here. I actually thought about putting a stream and a river here, or like a pond. I still might put a small pond here. I don't know, but definitely not gonna do a river. There's not enough room. But then I'll have my trestle on top of here. If you've ever used the inclines or anything like that, you know, give it a try, because they're really easy to use. But I just wanted something with a little bit of, I don't know, dimension to the layout or something like that. Over here we see I had to kind of shim it up with some pieces of wood here, because the track was flexing as the train went over. I guess it wasn't sitting perfectly on the inclines on this side. On that side it was fine on that side. But what I did was I cut some small pieces of wood that I got at a craft store. I'm gonna make it look like it's been shored up or something like that. And I think underneath there I'm gonna put some stone and make it look like a real rocky area that they had to go over. I might even cut it out, the styrofoam, to make it look a little deeper, and put some I could even put a little pond there or something like that, but I think I'm going to put some rock and stuff like that in there. But yeah, everything's coming along pretty good so far. Got a lot of, you see a lot of the white on the track there, especially over on the other side. You really can't see it from this angle, but that's just the plaster from the plaster cloth. But I think the next couple of things, like I mentioned, I'm going to wire is the mail pickup and the animated dock over here. Now, just on the other side, if you can see that K-line dock right there, you can kind of see I did get a new operating track section, because if you remember, I told you the other one broke on me. The controller was broke, and I tried to take it apart, and yeah, that didn't work out real well, so I had to buy a new one. But the really funny thing about it is as I was picking up and cleaning things up around here, lo and behold, what did I come across? A brand new operating track controller, after I had already bought another one. So I don't know why I have a loose one. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know, but I did find another one. But anyway, that's all working right now. I have the controller. I did get that mounted on the control panel right there. This is my control panel right here. Did get that mounted. I may try and do the triple action magnetic crane sometime this next weekend. And because I do have some 4-part wire, this is 4-part wire that connects to the crane. I do have some 4-part wire that'll make that stretch. And I think I may try and do this next weekend too. Another thing I want to try and get done next weekend too, is you see all that bare wood there up against the control panel? I mentioned this last time. I do have some decorative wood that I'm going to try and cut that and get that mounted up. But yeah, everything's working really, really good. I'm right on schedule with everything. Everything's working pretty good. Once I get this done, it probably won't be till after the holidays. I want to start on that area right there. Yeah, that big old mess right there. That's got to be worked on too. But anyway, the main body of the layout's coming out pretty good. Now, I do have a question for anybody that sees these videos and have had this problem. Lionel operating water tower. This is the one you put the water in with the pump in it. For whatever reason, it ain't working. I don't know why. The chute, actually I can do it. I can turn it on for you. I have plenty of power going to it. I do have it wired correctly. But I can go ahead. What happens is the chute comes down, but the water doesn't pump. See what I mean? And I know I have plenty of power going to it because I was fooling around with the power. And I'm pretty sure I didn't burn anything out. If I burn it out, I don't think that chute would work. But right now, maybe I have too much water in it. If anybody has any suggestions on what I could do, if I could possibly clean it out or anything like that. But I'd sure appreciate any kind of suggestions you have about the water tower, because that's a really neat accessory when the water's pumping, the water level's going down. That's a really cool accessory. But yeah, everything's going along pretty good. Now, I got some pretty cool news too. I talked to a buddy of mine today. Kind of a wealthy guy, deals in antiques, but he deals a lot with trains. And he has come across a MTH Rail King M1A Mountain. Used. It was used, but it's very nice shape. He's run it. And he was asking me if I was interested in it. And I told him I really didn't have the money right now. I can't. And I think he wants like $200 for it. I just don't have the money right now. But he told me, it came with a bunch of other stuff that I bought. I don't have any use for it, he said, but if you're interested, come up, take a look at it, and we'll work something out in the future. I mean, that's the kind of guy he is, you know what I mean? There's been times we've done stuff like that, and like a month or two later, I couldn't swing it for whatever reason. I didn't have anything to trade for it, and he just let me give it back to him, you know what I mean? In other words, he's let me use it, so I may work something out with him. I don't know, but I know the engine he's talking about. It's really nice. An M1A Mountain Rail King. But I don't know. I kind of really don't have the extra money or really anything to trade with him right now. But that's where I'm at right now. And like I said, any suggestions on that water tower to make it work, I'd really appreciate it. And that's about it. Thanks for watching.